Well, smack 'em up, everybody. I got me a donation from Mr. Dave Tarone that wants to know my top 10 guitar players. And this was so difficult, writing down this list of 10, because so many amazing guitar players I left off. Like David Gilmour, Uli Roth, Gary Richrath I love, Nina Strauss, Alice Cooper's band is awesome, Akira Takasaki of Loudness, Bobby Gustafson, Alex Lifeson. I love them all. Yngwie Malmsteen. I love all those guitar players. But man, the one that was the toughest to leave off, that I will say, okay, this is my top 11. And number 11, man, this was hard to leave off the top 10. Michael Schenker. Oh my God, I so wanted to add him. And I drove 6 hours to see that man. I'm a big fan, but God, these 10 guitar players I have here, they mean more to me, man. Also want to bring up Hank Sherman and Michael Denner, and Glenn Tipton and KK Downing. Amazing guitar duos that didn't make my list, man. This is very difficult. All right, number 10. Whew. Mr. Brian May. That's right, Brian May. I had to put in my top 10. And it was a struggle between Brian May and Michael Schenker. I'm telling you, it was. But then I said, you know what? I got to give it to Brian May. So unique. Builds his guitar, plays with a coin, came up with brilliant stuff. Brian May is my number 10. At number 9, all these should be higher, okay? Number 9, Dimebag Darrell. I love his precision, his speed, and man, I just love that guitar solo in Floods. Unbelievable. Has to make that my top 10. So Dime is at number 9. And number 8, the man that I think recorded the greatest guitar solos ever, caught on tape, on the song Ain't Dead Yet. I'm talking about Frank Marino. Definitely, no doubt about it. Got to make my top 10. It breaks my heart I never got to see him live. You know, I bought tickets to see Frank Marino up in Philadelphia. Even bought rented hotel, going up there to see Frank Marino, and then the pandemic happened. And then after the pandemic, Frank Marino issued a statement that he has health problems now and he can't play. Breaks my heart, man, but I wish him the best. Frank Marino at number 8. And number 7, again, higher. And a lot of people talk about this man because of, you know, his rhythm riffs and stuff. But he's done some amazing solos, like on Thrashed, over and over. Lonely is the Word. I'm talking about Tony Iommi. Amazing guitar player. Has to make my favorite band of all time should be All the Way at One. But no, I couldn't do it. It's difficult, just like Michael Schenker. But yeah, Tony Iommi at number 7. And number 6, a lot of people's number 1. But man, he made it all the way in my number 6. And I'm a fan. I love Jimi Hendrix. I love him. I love a lot of stuff that they released after he died. I love that stuff. But especially the first 3 albums in Band of Gypsies. Machine Gun, man. Listen to that solo. My God. All right, that's number 6. At number 5, probably just the mastermind. Out of all these people, I would say this is the mastermind of guitar. Jimmy Page. The stuff that guy came up with, the chords on the song Rain Song. Oh my God. And the solos like on Stairway to Heaven is iconic, and you know, so many killer guitar solos and rhythm and structures, producing. The guy's a god and definitely has to make at least my top 5. All right, number 4 and number 3 sometimes flip-flop. Sometimes I'll put my number 3, because now it's kind of hard to do it too. My 1 and 2 has always been my 1 and 2 for like 40 years. But my 4 and 5 is flip-flop. And number 4, Gary Moore. Gary Moore is one of these guitar players that can shred, can do all that stuff, but he has this feel. Unbelievable guitar player. He's just a master. And sometimes he's at my number 3, but today he's at my number 4. At number 3, Richie Blackmore. The feel that guy gets. Even on a dumb song like Anyone's Daughter, listen to what he's doing on Anyone's Daughter. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. And then listen to like Flight of the Rat and, you know, oh my God, Pictures of Home, Stargazer, I can go on and on. Richie Blackmore is definitely my number 3 today. He might be my number 4 tomorrow, but today he's my number 3. All right, now my last 2 have always been the same. Number 2, Randy Rhoads. And I was lucky enough to see Randy Rhoads. Front row, I was pressed against the stage right in front of Randy, man. I mean, geez, I can die tomorrow. And y'all don't cry for me. I saw Randy Rhoads up close. But, yeah, man. The guy, look, his compositions were just unbelievable. What he does on Diary of a Madman, the solo on SATO and Believer, and Over the Mountain, oh my God, Revelation Mother Earth, I can keep going. Mr. Crowley. My God, if there was no such thing as my number 1 guitar player, he'd be my favorite guitar player of all time. Absolutely love Randy Rhoads. You know what I was listening to the other day is Tribute. I haven't listened to Tribute in many years because I stopped listening to Tribute when that Ozzy Osbourne Live album came out like 12, 13 years ago. That's when I stopped listening to Tribute because I think the Ozzy Live album is so much better. But since I haven't listened to Tribute in so long, I went and listened to it and I was like, this is not as good as the Ozzy Live, but this is still amazing. Love it. Randy Rhoads, rest in peace. And you know, he died 2 days before I was supposed to see him again. Opening for Foreigner at the Orange Bowl, and 2 days before he died. Heart-wrenching. Number 1 now. The Lord of the Strings, man. He's always been my number 1 since I heard him back in 1978. I'm talking about Edward Van Halen. My favorite guitar player of all time. Numero uno, Dave Tarone. And, you know, my guitar players aren't about technique or who's better, you know, technically and all that stuff. Though I do love a lot of that stuff. Like Alan Holdsworth I love. I love Sean Lane. If you guys don't know who Sean Lane is, you got to look him up. The man is like probably the most perfect guitar player. Precise. Insane. But Dave Tarone, there you go, buddy. That's my top 10 guitar players. And yeah, I'm leaving a lot out of my, what do you call, the runners up. I'm leaving a lot out because I'll be here all day naming guitar players. I'm sure a lot of you will do it in the comments below. Give us your top 10. They ain't going to be my top 10, but give us your top 10. You know, I love to read stuff like that. Leave it in the comments below. And Dave, again, thank you so much for your donation. And everybody out there, please stay frosty and subscribe to this channel. And click the little notification bell. And please like this video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. Stay frosty, my friends. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gaba.